Yeah, we still got some warm conditions going all the way through Thursday, and Thursday some areas actually might get close to 90, so it's still got a couple days left to enjoy. We still got a few storms that hit for this evening and another round tomorrow with all that activity pushing from the east from that low in Ohio. That's not really going to impact too much activities. If it happened to hit you, it'll just last for a few minutes and then you can go on. But something to keep in mind for lightning in the afternoon time frame. Once that gets by, then we're really going to look at the severe storm potential on Thursday and the cooler conditions that had on Friday. That won't be a big drop on Friday, a little bit of a drop for some areas, but then the weekend and thereafter, it definitely gets back to below average. And we're talking back to the 60s, maybe even a little bit cooler too as you go further north. So it's going to be quite a bit of a change going on. So definitely enjoy if you like warm conditions for the next couple days. Tomorrow still warm, still well above average, plenty of 80s out there. The winds will be light too. We still have this storms coming through. I think tomorrow more of it will be concentrated further north and less south, but that will impact temperatures here and there. So some areas may get to mid 80s if they happen to get a storm come through. They may drop back to the upper 70s, low 80s briefly too. So all in all, just isolated storm really coverage wise. As we go into Thursday too, temperatures will be very warm going into Thursday, but the storm chance, there is a potential we might see a few morning showers. As you see these temperatures, mid 60s, so definitely going to be warm as you start off Thursday, and the winds will start picking up too as that system begins to approach the severe storm potential, and that's why we got the alert day there for you, is in the afternoon and evening. But notice some of these temperatures before it gets there. Further south you go in like Crawford, even Richland County, you could get close to 90, given that wind will also be warm too. So it's going to be a warm afternoon, late morning to early afternoon before the storms arrive, and then things will begin to change. Friday, we're going to see a little bit of cool down depending on location. Right now it's in the 70s, upper 60s. This could get a little bit lower, but we are going to get a little bit of sun and maybe another round of maybe some storms. But the bigger story on Friday is going to be that wind, gust up to 40 out of the west behind this system. So that'll be the story going into Friday. As we kind of track out the storms, here's this little bit of low clouds fog potential. Once again, you could see that for areas east of I-94 throughout the morning. Otherwise, in the afternoon, we're going to see the shower and thunderstorm kind of start to develop a little bit here and there. Once again, more I-90 further north. This activity will persist, very small storms throughout the afternoon through the evening. So you might see one of those impact your activities, but it won't last too long. Just keep an eye out for the lightning, of course. Then as we go into Thursday, here's the first batch of storms that could potentially get close to the area. It will weaken, so I'm not sure if we'll see too much in the way of activity for the morning commute Thursday, but there's a possibility we might see a few showers. It's then in the afternoon time frame that the main front comes through, and here's the line of strong to potentially severe storms coming through from 4 to about maybe 8 to 9, depending on time frame. Once that goes through, the rest of Thursday night should be fine, but then the winds will begin to pick up. So we do have that storm chance. Right now it is enhanced risk, or likely we're going to see some thunderstorms given this orange area during that time frame. And the main threat, given that the wind is going to be a factor, is probably going to be damaging winds. The other threats, hail and tornado, a little bit uncertain right now, but I think the wind is definitely going to be a factor with these storms if they do become severe. And that's why we do have the alert day conditions in for Thursday afternoon and evening. We'll kind of fine tune the timing. The main threat, once again, is damaging winds, and we'll see if these other threats become materialized too. So that's what we're looking at for Thursday. Once we get past that, notice the temperatures fall way off. And then notice next week too, Monday night through Tuesday night could be very wet conditions. We're looking at potentially over 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rainfall, and those temperatures may struggle to get to 60 as we get early next week. So as I said last week, enjoy the first half because the second half could change.
Yeah, I'm struggling to smile through that forecast right now. It's like,
if you go further north in Minnesota, Dakotas, some of them got close to 100. Next week, they may struggle to get to 50.
Okay, that's quite severe.
That is even worse.
Quite a differential. Thank you, Greg.